Cassina is this beautiful purple plant here. Pea mixes, lentil mixes. These are all things you can graze that also have value as coverage. You can grow them in between the rows. You can grow them as pollinators. Next. You know, you can see here, here's a vetch in with the barley. Winter canolas, we've got some winter alternatives here, which I really like. Next. It's all about figuring out your mix. And this is not, this is kind of a hard thing to do because it's about, well, what do I want to do? How much do I want to have? And David Brandt's role is, it's got to make sense financially at the same time. So, a couple of pounds of this, a couple of pounds of that, but don't go scrimpy on seed. If you can only afford 2 plant species, then just do 2. But make sure you don't scrimp on seed. You need to seed densely because you're competing against the weeds. So seed densely. Get a really good stand. Next. Wow, look at all the choices. And what I do is I go pick a legume, I put my oilseeds in categories, cereals, and others. And yeah, I do grow leeks and onions and things like that. I grow that too. Part of that is especially when I get into some things that have real problems with maggots, some of my horticultural crops, I grow all these things. I'll grow borage. I put lots of weird things in. And because I have animal grazing too, I grow a lot of herbs. I will treat my pastures with herbs, especially if I know I have some problems with foot rots or some of my animals are coughing or things like that. I'll start to actually put medicinal herbs in my fields and just seed them regularly to keep the animals healthy. High tunnels. All my tomatoes, all my growers have creeping thyme under their tomatoes and stuff. Keep it covered. Thyme works really well as a perennial. Seed right into it, plant right into it, works really well. There's lots of options, but you just have to get away from your traditional things and just spray a little farther. Next. Summer, safflowers, sunflowers. I really like what sunflowers and safflowers do for the soil. They're also great animal feed, by the way. And anybody who's a dairy, safflower is really outstanding for controlling mastitis and getting your omega-3, 6 fatty acids up so that we don't see many liver lesions and things like that. So I think, all these things are what we need to be looking at. Next. What can I plant after? So I harvest winter wheat. What can I do next? You can grow any of these. Now, I know that fall rye is not something that everybody likes, but it's something to pay attention to. I think it's great if you're not a seed grower. Next. A few more. Saradella. Nobody here is going to grow lepidoptera. That's a locust. I'm done. But there are some other things that you can think. Sesame. I know that sounds a bit weird, but sesame stands up really tall, catches wind. It's a great little thing. And I think that's the last one, but maybe not. Next. Oh, perennial. Yeah. Lots of options there. And some other things. Hyssop, oregano, those are perennial, but oregano is. But some of these other things, we actually put chives in the potatoes and stuff. It worked really well. I've got a whole reading list here. The presentation will be available, so you can have these resources. I will have a website, and they'll be on my website at some point. Next. For all you grazers out there, Feedopedia. You want to go to Feedopedia. It's a great resource out of France. They collect data, they tell you whether it's grazable, what the nutritional properties are, and just go crazy. And the thing I can tell you right now, my last parting words, because I'm just going to leave this up, is that, you're going to have to try stuff. So make them like a patchwork quilt and just put some seeds in the ground, check them out. If you think you like it, grow it. If you can't grow, don't bother. If it grows, give it a check, try something else. But the truth is that we don't know all the things that can grow. I took the cover crop book from Sarah, which is Managing Cover Crops Profitably, and I looked at the charts and said, I want these properties. And then I just went and got seed, and I can say, oh, they'll never grow. You can't grow hairy veg on bridge. It's perennial, it's still growing. So don't ever say, oh, I can't grow that, or the chart says that I'm not in that right zone. Forget that chart. Grow it anyways, it might grow for you, because everybody's different. One size fits no one. So with that, it's been a great pleasure to be here. I'm sorry that I missed my session yesterday, but there's, it's the way it is. It's nice to see faces that might be home in Canada again. And it's really nice when you go through immigration and the officer says, welcome home. So, thank you so much. I feel very welcome and I'm glad you're home.